Hello my beautiful people, I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry and I am back today with another video. I know, I saw some of you guys yesterday, but I did feel that Spirit had a message, and this is a timeless reading. So if you've clicked on this video, there most likely is a message here from Spirit for you, and because this is timeless, this message will apply at any time that you are drawn to this video. As usual, we do have 3 cards to choose from, and you will be drawn to one pile more than the other, and that means most of the messages from Spirit are within that pile. Now you could be drawn to more than one pile, and that's fine too. Just means that there's multiple messages here from Spirit for you. You can certainly check out all 3 piles, or whichever piles you feel most inclined to do so. Today's reading will be the Celtic Cross, and we'll be taking a look at your specific situation. Obviously, this is a general reading, so I am reading for the collective, but I will do my best to sort through what I am picking up, and we will take a look at maybe some hidden truths or some hidden aspects within your situation and energies within your current situation. Pile number 1 is this pink cross, if you are drawn to the anime deck. And pile number 2 is the Wild Unknown Tarot with the purple cross, and then the traditional Rider-Waite tarot cards with the emerald green, looks black on camera I'm sure, cross. But pause the video if you'd like, and we will see you shortly. Thank you so much. Hello my beauties, if you picked pile number 1 and this pink cross and the anime tarot, then this is your reading. So I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry, and today I will be doing a timeless card reading, and this will be surrounding your current situation and circumstances and energies around your situation. It is a Celtic Cross, and I'll be doing my best to pick up any energies and messages from Spirit for you today regarding your current circumstance. So thank you, Spirit, for any concise message that you're able to deliver to us today. And I really like to thank pile number 1 for allowing me to tap into your energy. Thank you so much. I'm so blessed. And if you are interested in a private reading, please send me an email. I will send you my rates depending on the type of reading you would like and the type of questions you have. And I'd like to thank those of you guys who have reached out to me for a private reading. So we had the Eight of Wands coming up right away for what covers you. We have the Four of Swords as a crossing card. Beneath you, we have the Fool. Behind you, we have the Six of Cups. What crowns you? We have the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is ill-dignified in the reverse position. Immediately before you, we have the Queen of Wands in the ill-dignified position. Far future, we've got the Princess of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. Just going to shuffle these over. See Self, we have the Five of Swords in reverse position. Environment, we have the Nine of Cups. Hopes and fears, we've got the Six of Wands. The Outcome card, we have the Queen of Swords, and then bottom of the deck energy we will be picking up, which is the Five of Wands. All right, so just give me a minute to pick up the energies here. So I am picking up that in your current situation, there is a current challenge, a struggle. And I do feel as though this struggle may be an internal struggle. With the Five of Wands, it does speak of challenges, struggles, competition. But how I'm seeing this is with the energy of the Four of Swords being the crossing card. Four of Swords always kind of reminds me of the Hermit card in such a way that you're internally taking a look at your internal healing that needs to be done, and needing to heal and work on self after a challenge or a struggle. The covering card here is the Ace of Wands, which is the card of speed and fast movement, and sometimes the Eight of Wands could represent communication, but it can even represent a fast pace that one might not be keeping up with. I just feel like there's been a lot happening in the last little while that's been very hard to keep up with, and that there is a need to heal or take a break. I feel as though you've come from a position of this Fool card, which is entering into maybe a period of unknown, not really expecting anything or not knowing what to expect out of a situation. So kind of going in naively, open-minded, and possibly things just kind of happen very quickly in your situation. And now you feel an internal challenge or a battle, and you are needing to take a little bit of a break or hiatus to heal, to recover, to recoup after, I guess, a lot of flurry within the situation. Now, because in the past position, we do have this Six of Cups. The Six of Cups speaks of past connections, relationships, and it can go as far back as childhood, reminiscing in old memories. You know, past relationships could very well be an ex that you were connected to. The Six of Cups is a very sweet card, so I just feel like you're coming out of a period that maybe there was a connection that was shared at some point in the past, but now there's a lot of challenge and struggle, and that you've been very open-minded to see where maybe this connection was going or headed, but things kind of happen quickly, and now you are kind of challenged to maybe pull away and do some healing regarding the situation. With the Seven of Swords here as the crowning card, I just feel as though, and it is in reverse, but I just feel as though there's been some deceitful, I guess, actions that you feel kind of slighted by, and this is why you're needing to kind of heal and pull away, and why you feel challenged, because you do feel slighted. You feel as though potentially someone in your life has done something for their benefit and weren't really considerate of your feelings. And I do feel like from these cards that it was a pretty rapid decision that happened. With the Queen of Wands in the position of the near future card in reverse, I just feel like this is a transition of you having to deal with your emotions and put them into balance, because the Queen of Wands in reverse can be an overly emotional type person and be very much wrapped up in emotions. And maybe you understand that this is kind of where you're headed. Therefore, the challenge is to pull away in order to heal and recover. With the Page of Wands, I do see that there is going to be some communication that potentially sparks you in a solution or in an area to move forward with healing within this connection for yourself. And for some of you guys, I'm picking that up as early as 3 months. And for some others, maybe 6 months. But there is an emotional challenge or battle right now internally of dealing with this deception, or at least this deceit, or somebody acting selfishly in their own to benefit themselves. And you've been kind of caught off guard, but are needing to just heal. Now, I do have this 5 of Swords in reverse in your see self position. So I do feel as though you really feel like you've been backstabbed, that there's been a big challenge and a big struggle, and that you've been treated unfairly by someone, and that this person is kind of getting what they want out of the situation, which might not necessarily be what you wanted out of the situation, and they're getting their own fulfillment, or at least they're satisfied, but at what cost? Because now you're kind of left having to figure this all out. The 6 of Wands is the victorious card. I mean, this is in the position of hopes and fears, you know, overcoming this challenge. But I do feel as though in your mind, maybe you think that this is a little bit more of a brief period, but there is going to be a longer period of time that's required for healing and to deal with the emotions that you're feeling and to really deal with the ego in order to heal from this situation with this individual. And I feel with the outcome card being this Queen of Swords, there will be some clarity in the situation, that your logic will override any sort of emotional decisions that maybe you've been making in the past, or riding with your emotions rather than with your logic in your mind. So I'm going to ask Spirit if we can get some clarity here. Spirit, can we get some clarity around the 6 of Cups? So we do have the Page of Swords. So yes, I believe that this person who you've had this connection with, an ex person, has communicated to you either something that has really opened your eyes, but at the same time might have been something you weren't expecting. And I do feel as though you guys might be in a period of no contact because of a last conversation. Now I'm going to ask for clarity on this Page of Wands for this inspirational move forward that you'll have in the next 3 to 6 months. We do have the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords, this is coming out in reverse. Normally when you see the Ace of Swords, we're cutting through adversity with logic, getting a new beginning. Within in reverse, I just feel as though the clarity isn't here right now with the logical mind, because the emotions are drowning out the logic. So once the clarity is there, once you're more in your Queen of Swords energy and you understand logically this situation without putting in emotions, then you're able to drive yourself forward in the direction that will help you heal and get over this situation here with this individual. So we will pull 3 cards. Spirit, is there anything else you'd like to communicate to pile number 1 regarding this situation with this person or this connection? 3 cards, please, Spirit. We got the King of Swords in reverse. We got the High Priestess in reverse. One more. we got the Princess of Discs. So that's the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So lots of cards in reverse. Usually, speaking of blockages, the King of Swords. This is really a jerk type person, or at least they behave like a jerk, you know, someone who is very not in tune maybe with their emotions, a brute, a cruel person who might have really hurt your feelings or weren't considering your feelings. With the High Priestess in reverse, it speaks of hidden truths, but somebody ignoring their intuition, or a secret here that might have been unknown. Certainly the King of Swords has not been listening to their intuition when it comes to the connection, but I do feel as though you also have not been really listening to your intuition regarding the situation, and that I guess now the clarity needs to come. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the grounding of this connection, in order to ground the connection, the truth had to come out. So this will allow the connection to move forward if indeed it is supposed to. But there's really nothing here that will ground this connection to move it forward unless there's clarity and forward movement in healing in order for this to either come back together, forgiveness, or for you to move forward from this connection. So that's what I'm seeing here for pile number 1. I really appreciate you stopping in, and possibly there could be messages in pile number 2 or pile number 3. So if you want to join me there, you can certainly do so. Thank you so, so much. Love and light. We'll see you soon. Thanks, pile 1. Hello, my beautiful and gorgeous people who picked pile number 2. If you picked this purple cross and the Wild Unknown Tarot, this will be your reading. And today's reading, we will be taking a look at your current situation by doing the Celtic Cross and any sort of hidden truths or messages that Spirit wants to share with you. Spirit, thank you so, so much for giving concise message for pile number 2. We are so grateful. And pile number 2, I am so blessed and grateful that you are allowing me to tap into your energy, to take a look at your situation. If this does not resonate, you might want to check out pile number 1 or pile number 3. We do have what covers you with the 4 of Pentacles. What crosses you? We got the Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. Beneath you, we got the 7 of Pentacles. And behind you, we got the Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Move these down and over. I want to thank those of you guys who have reached out to me for private readings. Thank you so much. I am so blessed and grateful. If you are interested in private readings, please click down on my email below, and I will give you a rate depending on the type of reading and questions that you have. So you just have to reach out, and I will get back to you with pricing. So what crowns you? We have the Empress in reverse. Immediate future, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Far future, we have the Son of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. See self, we have the Chariot in reverse. Sees environment, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Hopes and fears, we have Judgment in reverse. And then for the outcome card, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we will be picking up the energy from the bottom of the deck. We have the 8 of Wands on the bottom. All right. So right off the top, without even looking at these cards really, the energy that I'm getting is almost like a fast blur. things are moving very quickly. Now, I thought things were moving very quickly with pile number 1. We did get the 8 of Wands there in pile number 1, but this being your overall energy, I just feel like there is a very fast forward movement right now in this situation, and things are really not very clear because I see that you're kind of in a state of needing to define everything that's kind of going on in your situation calmly, but things are just kind of moving at their own pace. So let's read these cards. I do see the 4 of Pentacles as the covering card, and it is in reverse. Now, the 4 of Pentacles can speak of either hanging on too tightly, you know, or just having this guarded energy, this lack mindset, which could very well be why things are moving very fast. If you're kind of stuck in hanging on to something, you may feel as though anything that's kind of coming in your environment that's not reflective of what you're wanting to hang on to is kind of moving too fast or moving in a direction that you're not really wanting to take or open to take. With the Mother of Swords being the crossing card, I just like the Queen of Swords is very much a queen of logic, a queen of, you know, clarity. The Queen of Swords knows what it is that she wants. She is not one to be very prone to emotions. I just feel like you may be holding back your emotions and acting out of a very calm, logical type way. I am really feeling, I just have to say, like, very smoky. So I don't know if you're like in a very smoky type environment or you're just in a bar, but I'm finding it very difficult to concentrate. So for some of you guys, there might be some substances trying to cover up maybe some emotions, but I do feel like this is the crossing card, that there are some emotions that are being held back, that, you know, you are using your logical self to kind of deal with the situation, which is not necessarily going to resolve your situation. In fact, it's probably why you're feeling the way you're feeling, if you would allow yourself to feel. That's coming strong from Spirit. The 7 of Pentacles being like the root card here, I feel as though you've put in a lot of effort into areas that mean something to you, and you've been very focused on kind of trying to get what it is that you want for yourself, and that's kind of how you've been trying to drive yourself. But in the past position with this Mother of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups in reverse, I just feel like there hasn't been really an acknowledgement of emotions. Emotions have just been kind of ignored or put aside. And even though these emotions are very, very deep, they haven't really been acknowledged. And even with the Empress in reverse here as the crowning card, it's like not allowing the full potential of your emotions. The full fruits of love and kindness and tenderness have been very suppressed. And this logic keeps coming in, and I keep getting this like foggy, or it's not even fog, it's like smoky fog brain, I guess, if you will. It's like a fog brain, even though you're wanting to use your clarity and your logic within this situation. And just things are moving quickly, maybe too quickly for you, and you're wanting to hang on to or drive in a direction that you think is important to you, where you want to go. But Spirit is saying that you're kind of neglecting the emotions or the emotional side. You can't just be, well, you can do whatever you'd like, but if you're just focused on the logical aspect of, you know, the practical side and what you're doing, then you're kind of missing out the whole point of that emotional side. And because you have this Empress here again, I just feel like potentially you're willing to give up or lose out on your divine partner because you are in this state. Okay, if this isn't your reading or not resonating, you might want to go check out another pile, but this is what I'm seeing here. 9 of Wands is really just, I call it kind of like the stubborn card, because you're just kind of holding your ground. Kind of goes with this 4 of Pentacles, just kind of guarded, defensive, stubborn. This is in the near future, so it's kind of like I'm gonna be grounded in my own stubbornness, what I want, at the expense of potentially ignoring my own feelings, my own emotions, and not acknowledging the Empress, who is potentially the fullest potential within a connection. And this connection, or at least you're acknowledging that this person, this other energy here is the Empress, but the Empress in reverse is not being acknowledged. With the Son of Wands being in the far future, this is the Knight of Wands, so there is a spark of wanting to drive with passion. There's still attraction, desire, hope, want of a new beginning. And this position probably, again, because this is for the collective, I'm picking up 3 to 6 months. But Spirit is acknowledging that this Empress with this, you know, not acknowledging, might not be around when you feel you're inspired to act. That's what I see here. And with the Chariot in reverse as see self, you almost know that you're running off the track, or a little bit out of control, or a little bit off balance. And I think the off-balancedness is too much logic and not enough acknowledgement of emotions. And the fact that it's in the see self, that you recognize this and you're just kind of driving with that and going with it, but it's completely off balance. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I think that you're, because it is in the environment, it could potentially be that this person just is not going to put any effort at all. Because if it were upright, it's attention to detail, giving effort. It could literally mean work, but in reverse, it's like haphazard, don't really care. And not necessarily care with feelings, but care to put in any more effort or energy. Or you most likely see that in that person. We'll ask for a clarifier, because it's not what I'm getting from Spirit. But that's certainly how you see that person in this environment, that they're not really wanting to maybe put in any effort or energy. With the Judgment card as the, in reverse, as the hopes and fears, it is in reverse. Judgment speaks of an awakening. It's blocking an awakening. It's like you're blocking this awakening. You're blocking Spirit's message. You're blocking guidance from the divine. And if you're not blocking, you're hanging on to the old and hanging on to something here, which we should ask for clarity too, rather than being open to the judgment and the awakening. It's a stubborn energy, this holding on to lack mindset. If I move forward, there's might be, you know, a fear here. Now the Ace of Pentacles is in the outcome card, and the Ace of Pentacles is the new beginning of grounding, you know, taking the steps, the practical steps to ground something. So I do feel as though with the Future card, you know, being this Son of Wands, the forward drive to ground something within yourself is ideally what you're after, and potentially you're okay with the fact that, you know, it's not within this connection. You know, the Eight of Wands, the speak of speed. So maybe things are just moving way too fast, or that you feel as though it's too fast for you. And you're kind of just going at your own pace, but you're almost stuck because I don't see really movement when you look at the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So you can't really be stuck there forever. I mean, you can do what you want, but is that really what you want? I don't think so. I am going to ask for some clarifiers here. Spirit, can we get clarifier here for, we will ask the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we got 2 cards here for the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, 3 cards, even better. Okay. So we got the Son of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords in reverse. We got the Three of Wands. And we got Justice. I do feel as though you're probably in a state with your person here that somebody owes someone an apology. And with this Justice card here, if you've wronged someone, you're most likely needing to apologize. And because you had this idea that this person wasn't wanting to or willing to put in effort or energy anymore, that this Justice card is saying that justice will be had if there's true remorse or apology within this action in this relationship or connection. With the Son of Swords in reverse, there definitely was some harsh words. You know, I feel like there was hot and cold, in and out energies from that Knight of Swords. And then from the Three of Wands, I feel like with the apology here that there is hope or potential for the connection, that there is a future potential that your person or your environment sees. Spirit is saying that there is potential. The Three of Wands can also speak of distance. So there's an emotional distance, maybe a physical distance between you and your person. And we're going to ask for clarity on the Four of Pentacles. Spirit, can we get clarity on the Four of Pentacles? We got the Moon in reverse. There's fear. And maybe you've clicked off this video already, but you're full of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of the known. Deep feelings, but they're being hidden. In the moonlight, things look different than they do in the daylight, so maybe there's a lot of illusion and what you want, what you don't want, deep fear. And these fears need to be addressed in order for you to have your awakening, to move forward, you know, be it with this connection or not, just move forward in general and not feel this chaos. I'm going to get some clarity on the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit, can we get clarity on the Ace of Pentacles? Yeah. You got the Ten of Pentacles here. The Ten of Pentacles is possible for you. Ten of Pentacles is like the full potential within, you know, one's wish. It's family legacy. It's overabundance of, you know, joy. It's all the fine things in life. The home, the family, the riches, everything you could want. But it is in reverse. And it'll forever be in reverse because it's blocked right now. And you're the only one really blocking this. But there is this Ace of Pentacles to start. You know, the Ace is the beginning. The 10 is kind of reaching that end from the 1 to the 10. It's possible. Right now the 10's in reverse because it's blocked. You need to start with this Ace of Pentacles. Start with something practical. An action. Maybe it could very well be this apology. And that might be the spark, is the apology. And that might just be everything that opens that door. But there is great fear here. And maybe in another video we can help with how to release the fear. Fear of looking at emotions, fear of moving forward. So we're clinging on to stubbornness, clinging on to maybe too cold, too logical, at the expense of potentially losing the Empress. And the Empress isn't just a queen. The Empress is your divine person. This Chariot in reverse is just this recklessness that, I mean, without scolding you, really, this is, I can't really scold you here. I'm just a pair of talking hands again on the internet, but I'm sorry to be the deliverer of this news. Yeah, well, I wish you all the best, and maybe check out one of my other videos. Maybe I'll do a video around releasing fears. Actually, I am inspired to do that, so thank you. And you can tap out, or you can go take a look at pile number 1 or pile number 3. Thank you so much. I really am so blessed, so grateful. I'd like to know what you think. Leave a comment down below. If this did not resonate, certainly was not your reading. It is for the general, you know, public. So certainly I'm picking up a very specific message for an individual out there, possibly a few. So even if I've got one, then that is a message for you. So thank you so much. We will see you soon. Thank you. Bye. Hello, my beautiful people of pile number 3. If you clicked on this emerald green, kind of looks black cross, and the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, this is your reading. I am so, so, so grateful that you're able to join me. We will be doing the Celtic Cross, taking a look at your current situation and the circumstance surrounding your situation. Any sort of hidden truths or information that Spirit wants to share with you regarding your situation or circumstance, we will pull through. Pile 2 was very interesting, so I hope I can shake off whatever was going on there. But if you are so inclined to check out another pile, please do so. And if you are interested in a private reading, I am doing private readings. Just send me a message, let me know what sort of reading you are interested in or which questions you have, and I can give you my rates. All right, so what covers you? We have the 5 of Cups. What crosses you? We've got the Sun. Beneath you, we've got Judgment. Behind you, we've got the 9 of Wands. What crowns you? We've got the Tower in reverse. Immediately before you, we've got the Queen of Wands. far future, we've got the Eight of Swords, see self, and we've got the Two of Swords, sees environment. We've got the Empress in reverse, hopes and fears. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the outcome card for this reading is the Chariot, and the energy for your situation here is the Death card. I'm picking up energy still from pile number 2, so maybe you're clicking, you know, hanging around here, listening to this. I do feel, though, that this is a little further along for the energies that I'm feeling or was picking up in pile number 2. So could be interchangeable. If you want to go check that out, go right ahead. So with the bottom of the deck energy being this Death card, I was picking up this away with the old, in with the new. Okay, and this is just really what's driving you, this awakening of newness, this realization, this awakening. Okay, but what's covering you is this regret, remorse, sadness. And this remorse, the sadness and regret, you know, is not a place that you want to be. And it is very sad, and it is very lonely, you know, and I think it is driving this awakening, this need to awaken. There's been some clarity, you know, or there will need to be clarity, further clarity in your situation in order to move forward. The Sun speaks of clarity, contentment, happiness. Could speak of children as well. But being the Crossing card, I just feel like there was a lack of clarity. And now you're feeling remorseful and regretful. And that you're needing to be awakened. Okay, and in the past energy, we have this Nine of Wands, which is this, well, I call it the stubborn energy sometimes, because you're standing your ground. And maybe in this case, I see it more as somebody who's really been kind of through the ringer, maybe emotionally, but is still willing to battle. But I do see it as maybe a defensive or a protective guard, more protective, but still open. And the Crowning card being this Tower card, but the Tower in reverse means, you know, that whatever situation might have passed already, like the rug being pulled from under you, or the worst of it's now over, or you're, at least because it's in the crowning position, you're hoping that the worst is over, or that you're anticipating maybe something worse than what it really is. Okay, with the Queen of Wands being in the near future, the Queen of Wands is someone who is driven, passionate, knows what she wants, goes after it, very inspirational, driven, career-orientated, focused. You know, and the fact that this is in the future position, I mean, I say she, but it could very well be, you know, your energy coming through. I do feel as though this energy is potentially your person's energy coming through. And because this is in the near future, I just feel as though maybe you're realizing or have a realization or clarity that your person, you know, was trying to move things forward, ideally within this connection. And you've lacked this clarity, and now you're feeling remorseful or regretful. You know, I do feel as though with the far future card here being the Eight of Swords, that there is still this limiting belief around this connection that you've either told yourself or telling yourself. The fact that it's in the far future could very well be still a need to fully release yourself from limitations, you know, and it could very well be limitations others put on you. But in this case, I feel like it's your own limitation, that there needs to be some clarity. And you're seeing yourself right now as someone who hasn't really made a decision. Because the Two of Swords speaks of making a decision. But these two opposing decisions could not coincide together. So it's either this or that. You know, and you may just be burying your head in the sand rather than making a decision. And the fact that it's in your see self that you know this. At this point, you have to make a decision. Or at least you feel as though you have to make a decision. And here, this is why I'm feeling this is connected to pile number 2. We have the Empress in reverse here again in the environment position. There it was in the crowning position. It's like you see your counterpart person as not the Empress that this person is. Or that, you know, this love and abundance and fertility is not there. You're just not open to it. You're not seeing it, or you're not choosing it, you know. Now, because the Death card speaks of this, you know, falling away of the old, but because of the Eight of Swords still being in a future position, I feel like there are changes happening, but is it enough? You know, is it enough for you to fully release yourself of limitations, especially if you're not really seeing the Empress as the Empress? You're not really seeing all the love surrounding your situation. There's a block there. You're not allowing it to flow through. With the Queen of Pentacles in the hopes and fears in reverse, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign. It could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. With the Ace, Queen of Wands, you've got air signs like Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. So those could be predominant signs in your chart or your person's chart. But I do feel here with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's like there was something stable, something home-like, something motherly-like that is just not available anymore. There's a block there. You're not allowing it, or you're not making a decision one way or another. But I do see, like, with the Chariot being the outcome card, that there is, you know, there is movement. We're not stagnant, you know. There was the death of oldness. There was a Tower moment. There is an awakening, or coming out of an awakening. The Chariot means movement, you know, being balanced in a situation. But I feel as though at this point in time, there isn't really clarity on the Empress, or this energy that I'm feeling that's kind of surrounding your environment, your hopes, your fears. You're kind of blind to it. We're going to ask Spirit for clarity. Spirit, can we please get some clarity around this Eight of Swords? Thank you. She got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is the collaboration card, you know, building with someone else, something greater than yourself. Being able to, you know, build with someone else. Create with someone else. Cooperate. Being open. Okay, what's with the Two of Swords here, Spirit? Well, I do feel like these two want to come out. Okay, well, I do see the heartbreak. It's very painful, very sad. I don't like that there's heartbreak here, especially because of maybe a lack of action, a lack of decision has led to heartbreak. With the World in reverse, I do feel as though there needs to be some closure of some sort, that it's still not over. You know, this speaks of something still not over. The end is still not quite there. We are at the final stretch of making this decision, you know, but there's loose ends. There needs to be some closure. There's some heartbreak. There's decisions that need to be made. And this World card just speaks of the world. You know, I feel as though there's a lot of emotion or energy around, you know, cups or emotion, aside from this heavy feeling of regret and guilt. And that's due to the lack of clarity. Can I get clarity around the Five of Cups, Spirit? Okay, well, there we go with the same card that we were seeing in pile number 2, I believe, with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is the lack mindset, hanging on to, you know, old way, but really just holding back and at the expense of what? Right? Like, there's fear, potentially. We're going to ask for clarity around the Empress in reverse here. There's a defensiveness. There's a defensiveness right now, either from your person or that you feel you'll get from your person if you go in, that you have to fight for in order to get anywhere with them. Spirit, can I get one more clarifier? Is this how pile number 3 is feeling? Some clarity. I feel like your person is not moved on, even though it's very painful. With the Six of Swords, it's moving away from turbulent waters and tough times, moving into calmer waters. With it in reverse, is just your person's kind of stuck and you're kind of stuck, and somebody needs to fight for this, because in order to move anything forwards, there has to be some action here. But I do see that you're moving out of this guarded, you know, position, but we're still faced with the Eight of Swords. There is an awakening. There's a call for action. Can we get some clarity around the Chariot? Okay, so the Six of Pentacles in reverse just means there's a lack of giving. And I mean, with the Chariot here, maybe you recognize that there was a lopsidedness. There was one person investing more than the other, and there's a need to invest. I need to invest in the connection. So yeah, that's what I am seeing here for pile number 3. I do feel as though this is connected to pile number 2. And if you want, you can go check that out. And I do really, really appreciate you stopping here and taking a listen to this video. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed and you like this video, you know, please consider subscribing. And I am so grateful and so blessed that you allowed me to tap into your energy. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Love and light.